I give the floor to Mr. Gilbert Houngbo, Director General of the International Labour Organization.
Thank you so much, Excellency, Mr. President. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today because the safety, the health, and the dignity of millions of children demand our utmost attention. ILO last global estimates, which were published in 2021, show that we do have 160 million children in child labor, 79 million of whom are in hazardous work, which is the convention that the PGA referred to, Convention 182. That is 1 in 10 children, globally speaking. 70% of this total, roughly 112 million children, work in agriculture with young children aged between 5 and 11. And they are particularly at risk. Over 7 million children are in domestic labor, too often out of sight and therefore out of mind. And let us not forget the tragedy of the use of children, echoing the President of the General Assembly, of children in armed conflict. These are some of the gravest violations of children's rights. In face of such injustice, I truly hope you will agree with me that we must act now. And let us remember, the effective abolition of child labor is a fundamental principle and right at work. And fundamental principles and right at work are more essential than ever in today's shifting world order, where inequality, conflict, and uncertainty threaten the foundations of decent work for all. In less than a month, particularly on June 11, UNICEF and ILO, together we will be releasing new global estimates of child labor. Preliminary indications suggest that the upward trend in child labor observed in 2021 may not have continued, which is a fairly encouraging news. However, it is clear that we will not meet the SDG target by 2025 as expected, and this is of grave concern and calls on all of us to accelerate action. And allow me, Mr. President, to highlight 4 pillars for effective response. The first one is we need to enact integrated strategies that promote all fundamental principles and rights at work. Decent work for parents is key to tackling poverty, and poverty is one of the main drivers of child labor. This was a top priority of the Durban Call to Action adopted at the 5th Global Conference on Child Labor in 2022. When workers and small producers can organize and collectively defend their interests, they can lift up whole communities and protect against child labor. My second reflection, the public policies and governance are key. We must build sound national, legal, and policy framework. The ILO Child Labor Conventions are the cornerstones. Robust and accountable public institutions, including labor administration, labor inspection, must be in place to enforce and implement those conventions. maintaining and increasing public spending to tackle the root causes of child labor, so to deliver public services on which communities and children's well-being depend, is going to be vital. My third point, we must generate robust data and evidence by improving measurement, improving statistics, building policy-relevant knowledge and understanding of policy impact, so that we can also strengthen the national capacity in using information for policy design and implementation. My last point, the fourth, is the partnership and the collective action which is needed. Since 2016, we have established Alliance 8.7, which has today more than 400 partners and 37 Pathfinder countries which have committed to go further, faster, to achieve SDG 8.7. It raises global awareness, coordinate action at all levels, fosters the exchange of innovative practices, monitors progress, and mobilizes resources to end child labor and forced labor. The sixth Global Child Labor Conference to be held in Morocco in 2026, next year, will provide a valuable opportunity to take stock of progress, promote exchange of experience, strengthen international cooperation, and of course, chart a course towards 2030. So let us ensure that no child is deprived of a childhood and education. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
I thank the Director General of the International Labour Organization